Hello, my loves, and welcome back to my channel. This is Love, Truth, and Wisdom Tarot Guidance. I hope you all are having an enjoyable day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are, and I hope you all are doing well. So today I'm here to bring you another pick a card reading, and today we are looking into if you are having career or work anxieties, what you can do, guidance, messages from spirit about that. So we have here two piles to choose from. We have the first pile here with the 444 card, I am protected, and the second pile here with the 111, I am creative. So definitely feel free to pick more than one if you feel guided to do so. There may be messages in each pile that will help you in some way, that provide additional guidance. Keep in mind though that this is a general reading though, so not all the messages will resonate, and that's okay. Just take what does, leave what doesn't. I am available for personal readings. If you feel guided to get a personal reading from me, that information will be down below in the description box. And then I just want to give a big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing, subscribing, supporting me and my channel in whatever way you felt guided to do so. I truly appreciate all your support, your time, your trust, your patience. Honestly, it means so much to me. So thank you all so much. So without further ado here, let's get on to your reading. Hello, my first group. If you chose the 444, I am protected. This is your reading for if you are having career, work anxiety, and you just need some support and some guidance. So this reading is for you. So I'm going to start by reading your angel number here with 444. It says, trust your journey, trust the way your life unfolds, and trust that you are where you need to be at the present moment. Okay, first thing off the bat, not trusting. I feel like, I'm not going to lie, honestly, I think there's a lot going on in your work and career that's causing you, obviously, I mean, this is the reading about a lot of anxiety, but also a lot of disappointment and sadness. I feel like things aren't working out the way that you planned or hoped. So, which is not a bad thing because we have serendipity here. So everything's working out exactly the way that the universe planned for you. But I think your plans for you, like, clearly aren't they're not hitting it. They're not there. I think your expectations are falling short, or you're not, this work or this job, this career is not meeting your expectations. And I definitely feel like, yeah, there's like a lack of trust on where you're going, what's going on, where your life is unfolding. I think there's a lot happening in your life in a general sense. I think you're just not happy where you are right now. You're not happy with work. You're not happy where you're not happy on this journey. Like, I think maybe for some of you, you just started this journey, or you just started this job or this career, and you're just not happy with it. But Spirit is wanting you to know that you are protected, and everything honestly is working out the way that it's supposed to. It doesn't seem like that, and it doesn't feel like that, especially with broken heart here. I think you're really sad, and I think you're really disappointed, and I think there's a need here, a level of forgiveness for what's transpired and where you are right now. I think you need a lot of self-compassion at the moment. I think you need some time to really decompress and really reevaluate what's going on, and reevaluate from a place of like Spirit's perspective instead of your perspective. Because you know that saying, like, you know, you have the best like planned out future for yourself, but like, you know, universe, God, source, they don't care. It doesn't care about your plan. It has a plan for you that you agreed to upon incarnating here. So I think that's where you're getting a little bit annoyed or discouraged or just like disappointed, because you're just having a hard time. Like, it's almost like I just hear like, why isn't this working out? Why isn't this happening for me? What's going on? Like, why don't I feel the way I'm supposed to feel here? Like, you know what I mean? Maybe this job was something that you felt like was going to get you to the next level. And no one's saying that it's not. It's just, I think it's just happening in a way that you didn't expect. And it's like happening in a way that's for your highest good, but you don't see it as that because you're really disappointed. So persevere. You know, fours are all about stability, perseverance, protection. I think there's just a level of needing to trust yourself and trust that Spirit, God, source, creator has a higher plan for you than what you can see right now. That could be a little bit daunting or even hard. I definitely feel like whatever's going on, like I said, it's happening for a reason. You have the star and serendipity. That's beautiful energy. it's your perspective on it. It's how you are feeling about it. And it's not really how you're feeling about the job. It's how you're feeling about yourself. I'm getting like you're disappointed in yourself, or you just feel like you're losing, or you feel like a loser, or you just feel like there's this martyrdom here. Like you just feel a lot of your insecurities are showing up. And I think you may be either over explaining yourself or overextending yourself in some way where you're too dependent on outside sources, particularly in this job, to make you happy. It's like you thought this job was finally going to be the end all be all to your happiness, and when you finally got it, it's not. So you're even more confused, and you're even more like, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what's going on, and we've all been there. So there's no need to like feel like weird or guilty or ashamed about that. It's more like feel your feelings, because they're coming up for a reason, and the more that you can feel them, the more that you'll be able to get through this time right here, which I definitely feel like this time that you're going through is a rite of passage. It's helping you to expand and grow. It's showing you that you have all the power and everything you need. You have all the resources within you to succeed beyond your wildest dreams. Honestly, I think you're doing a lot of transmutation. It may not feel like that, or you may not consciously be aware how much energies you are transmuting, but you are transmuting a lot of energies of where you were overly dependent on money or this job or something, or you were living beyond your means. I think you really want this luxury lifestyle that you've created in your head, but it's not something that you actually really want in your heart. And I think that's where you're kind of conflicted, because you're just like, I want it, I see it, I've been wanting it since I was a little girl. But in your heart, your soul is wanting something more for you. It's wanting something different. It doesn't mean you're not going to get that stuff. It just means it may not come about the way that you think, or it may not be specifically those items or that job or that car, that home, that place. It could be something else. And I think Spirit is really wanting you to be open to different possibilities at this time, because there's something really special and significant happening to you. Because there's like, you have a 10 and 2 9s. 18 reduces to a 9. So there's some type of completion happening within this work career related situation. I think, I love seeing the storm warning in reverse, because it means you're coming out of something, but I think you're coming out of it into a period of grief where you're finally accepting or surrendering that you're not happy. And no matter what you do, no matter what job you get or what opportunity you get outside of you, it still makes you kind of miserable, just disappointed. And you're wondering like why you're always feeling this way. And it's because you're very, you're holding on to some insecurities about, it's like a, I don't want to say victimhood, but it's more like a martyr. Like you just feel like, nothing ever right happens for me, or every time I get something, it's always something like that. And it's a very moody energy. You could be a Cancer or have like strong Cancer placements is what I'm picking up here, but you're not tapping into your like, it's like wherever you're at right now is making you uncomfortable. It's making you uncomfortable because you're not happy, and you think it's the job that's making you uncomfortable and it's making you unhappy, but it's really you. It's always you. It's always us. You know what I'm saying? Like it's never anything outside of us, which is a hard concept to grasp. But once you grasp it, you really start taking back your power and your control, and that's how you get out of this martyrdom victim consciousness. Because whatever, like I said, whatever is happening right now, you're going through a rite of passage. It's to expand your consciousness. You're overcoming something that really has brought you to your knees in some way, or has made you realize that safety comes from within, comfort comes from within, luxury comes from within. And you're not, it's like you know how to make yourself happy, or you know how to cultivate or culminate the energy or the resources you need to be comfort. And it's not what you thought it was. It's almost like you thought you needed this amount of money to be happy and to be comfortable, but something transpired and you're realizing, oh, I actually don't need that. I actually can be quite happy and comfortable with this amount of pay, or this particular job, or doing this instead of, working here or working that. I actually like smaller companies, or it's like something like that. It's like you're realizing like what you thought you wanted was going to make you happy is not making you happy. So you're doing a lot of like I said, transmutation and reflection. You're doing a lot of like growing right now, and it's a little bit painful, which is fair. Like anytime we grow, it's just painful, especially when it's like emotional or spiritual growth. And there's a lot of like renewal on the side, on the other side of your expansion. There's a lot of hope, there's a lot of faith, there's a lot of serendipitous moments coming to you. And I think with this transmutation card, it says DNA repairing. You're definitely figuring out who you are, because the trigger statement here is, I don't know who I am. And I think you're finally coming to the conclusion, like, you don't know who you are, you don't know what you want, which is, again, you have to be a very strong person, a very self-aware person, a very confident person to realize like you actually don't know who you are. Maybe what you thought you were was just society, your parents, your family telling you who you are, what you wanted or what you needed to be happy, and you're realizing like that's not it. Yeah, it's like you're realizing like who you really are. And I think you're not putting in as much effort as you once did. I think you are a very hard worker. I think you put in a lot of effort when it comes to what you want and your goals and your dreams, but you're realizing that it doesn't get you anywhere. It just gets you stuck or more miserable or more in a place of like insecurity or more moody. And you're realizing like your efforts need to shift, not stop. They just need to be put in a place where it's more supportive of your heart's desires. It's like you're needing to allow yourself to be more present and allow like every aspect of your being to transform. So you are transforming on a soul level. You're transforming on a DNA type level, whether you realize it or not. That's why it's so uncomfortable. That's why it's so painful. That's why you're so moody. That's why you're so like, wanting to hang on to the last little bit of outside comfort that you can, because you feel like if you don't, you're just going to lose it. And we've all been there. So, me included. So I just feel like that's what you're going through right now. And with storm warning being in reverse, I feel like, again, this card indicates that dark times are behind you, or at least beginning to fall away, whether you realize it or not. But you need to take heart that there are better times on the horizon. And I do feel like Spirit is bringing you a time of reassessment right now and redirection for you. You're definitely being redirected. You're definitely having the opportunity to let yourself consider where you want to go next, because where you are right now, you're not happy with. So yeah, like a lot of time reflecting on what you've been through, difficulties. I feel like you've been through a lot of difficulties, a lot of challenges when it comes to work, your career, honestly, just life in general, maybe even relationships. And I think you're learning a really important lesson, and you're realizing, or you're starting to realize, or wanting to have this understanding of like what this lesson is teaching you, whether it's about self-love, which I definitely think it is, whether it's about empowerment. It's about bringing those lessons you learned into your new path, because you are going down a new path that's more spiritually inclined, that's more aligned with, very inspirational, because I don't think you're being inspired right now with what you're doing or where you're at in your work. So you're going towards a place where you're wanting to just be more inspired, and mend this broken heart. Because with broken heart here, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, you're just feeling heartbroken with your work, or where you're at in your career, or what you're doing right now. And I think there's a deep sense of grief and loss. Like, you feel like you are losing something, like you're losing a piece of yourself. And technically you are, with DNA repairing. You are losing who you thought you were, because you're not this person anymore. And I definitely feel like it's revealing to you a lot of darkness, a lot of emptiness, which is definitely fair. A lot of like tears. I think a lot of hurt from a long time ago maybe coming up to the surface. A lot of pain from a long time ago maybe coming up. I think, either way, there's a deep healing that you're doing right now. And I think it's really important for you to vent your feelings to someone that you trust, or even to yourself, or journal. There's a need to release this job, I feel, honestly. There's a need to release this anxiety about it, or, yeah, there's a need to release this situation altogether. I think you're definitely going to be doing so very soon, and it's going to help you reclaim your power and your peace of mind, because right now you have neither. Right now it's kind of blocked at the moment. Like, you're not feeling empowered, you don't have peace of mind. And I think you're feeling really closed off in your heart space when it comes to having compassion for yourself and having compassion for this situation and just any difficult situations you've been through. I think you're getting through it, like processing this, but I think it's really hard for you to let this go. It's really hard for you to let this dream go. I think it's a dream or a really strong desire. You had to work here or work in a certain situation or have a certain career. And I think you're finally getting ready to let it go. And Spirit wants you to know that that's okay and you're protected and you're supposed to let it go. If you've had any thought about whether you should let this go, that's Spirit saying that you deserve better, that there's something better out there for you. So don't ever ignore those little inklings or that little voice that's telling you to let something go, because you have to make yourself a priority now. And I think this job or this work situation, this career is not allowing you to do so. And I feel like, again, there's like a lot of old experiences coming to the surface that is also helping you to open your heart and your true desires. And it's trying to help you love yourself a lot more and learn what you deserve when it comes to work. I feel like also this is relationship oriented, like something about your relationship, like your personal relationships, whether this is like with coworkers, friends, or like your romantic relationship, is like also being affected by this, because it's like you're reevaluating your whole life, honestly, your whole life choices, like why you're with this person, why you have this group of friends, why you're here, why you live here, why you're at this job, why do you like this, like what are you doing? If you're not doing that yet, this is definitely something that's coming through. And it's going to cause a lot of pain. And that's not something you should shy away from or fear or avoid any longer. I don't think you can, even if you wanted to, honestly. It's just there. And you have to deal with it the best way you can. And I think allowing yourself to feel what you feel is the best way that you can deal with this, because you won't feel that way forever. It's just, you're just going through a rite of passage. So there's no need to fear it. There's no need to kind of avoid it or try to bury your head in the sand, so to speak. It's like facing the fact that you're uncomfortable, that you have insecurities, that we all have, that you don't like this job like this, that you don't want this job, that you're not happy here. It's just kind of overextending yourself some way, and it's way beyond your means in some way. Like it's not aligning with you. It's not providing you this sense of comfort and luxury you thought it was going to. It's just honestly causing more stress and anxiety, not gonna lie. And with serendipity here, this is number 18. And I feel like with this card, I love this card. It reminds me, it's like all the little clovers and stuff like that. And serendipity talks about opportunities and a readiness to be more aware of the synchronicities and the luck and the good fortune that's appearing to you, or that will appear to you. And it will appear to you through signs, symbols, just magical alignments, magical events. And even though this particular work opportunity is not working out, it came to you for a reason, to show you that this wasn't going to make you happy and that this isn't what you really want. It's showing you that it's showing you what you want by giving you what you don't want, so to speak. Not so to speak. That's literally what's happening right now. And the message here in terms of work is to like know that you are in the right place at this time. You're supposed to be going through this. You're supposed to be here, and to try to have a grateful heart for it as much as you possibly can, and try to see it from a different perspective, because the stars are really aligning in your favor, and the universe is really smiling on you. I think ahead of you, you have a lot of victory and success. It may not just be at this job. It may be doing something else. I think the choices you've made in the past and this choice you made taking this job or this opportunity has prepared you for new opportunities and opportunities that will be presented before you. I think this is definitely a lucky moment. I think the timing of this is perfect. It may not feel it, but it is. And the more that you can kind of align with that and know that, while still allowing yourself to feel the grief and the loss and the disappointment, because again, you are losing a part of you that's been a piece of you that's been a part of you for a really long time. Like I said, you're discovering who you are, and you're discovering this is not something you are. This job is not who you are, and you thought it was, and it's not. So that, again, that takes a lot of strength. That takes a lot of courage. That is something to grieve over. That is something to to feel brokenhearted about, when you thought your life was one way and it's really another way. But that's the whole purpose of being here. That's what life is. It's experiencing, it's growing, it's evolving, and it can be painful sometimes, but also really beautiful, depending on how you see it, and how open you are to like new opportunities, and how open you are to life teaching you something really important about yourself and about life in general. So that is what I see for you guys. So I hope this was helpful in some way. If not, feel free to choose the other pile, but I'm going to leave it here. So I'm going to say thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching, and I'm sending you all so much love and light. I will speak to you all later. Take care. Hello, my second pile. So if you chose the 111, I am creative, this is your reading for if you are having career/work anxiety. So I'm going to start by reading your angel number message here. And it says, angels are ready to fully support you in this endeavor so that you can co-create with the universe a life you love. Interesting. Okay, that kind of checks out with the messages I was picking up when I was tuning into your energy here. So yeah, I definitely feel like you have a lot of angel spiritual support right now, because you are about to transition into a more creative field, creative career, creative opportunity. I think you have accomplished all that you can accomplish here at your current work situation. And this current work situation, it wasn't bad, but it didn't allow you to be creative. It wasn't your passion. So it could have just been like something to do to pay the bills or whatever. But now you're getting this opportunity to work in the creative field, or work like with your passions or something, to create, I mean, what do I want to say? Like, make your passions your full-time job, basically. But it's definitely something creative. It's something that you've imagined yourself doing for quite some time. It's something that I don't think you ever thought it could be lucrative or you could make money from, but I think you're starting to realize that you have to take this risk. You have to take this chance on yourself. You can't avoid it any longer, because you are a little bit unhappy at your current situation. I just think it's like, it's just burdensome to you now. It's just, you've accomplished everything you need to accomplish there. There's nothing more for you to do. And you're kind of just, it's like, it's weird. It's like I think wherever you're at, you've reached a level where you are like, you've reached a level in that job that you've like fulfilled or succeeded in some way. You've completed a cycle there. And so I think you're ready for a new opportunity that will enhance your creative skills, and that will nurture your creative skills and nurture you. And I think it's going to be really abundant. I think it's going to be really fruitful. It's going to provide you a lot of prosperity. And I think whatever it is, it requires you to use your intuition, to really tap into your feminine side, and to really tap into, it's like, I don't know if you're doing like a spiritual career, like you want to be self-employed, like you want to start your own like spiritual, something about yours, it's something about it is spiritual, but it's also creative, obviously, at the same time. And I think, I don't know, it's just, I'm getting a lot of like feminine energy. So I don't know if there's a feminine helping you with this, or you are really tapping into your feminine side. But whatever the case may be, I definitely feel like this is a good time to do so. You have Jasmine here, and it says passion. You're definitely scared to start this new journey, because the trigger statement says I'm scared. But the true statement says, when I am vulnerable, I am my strongest. Again, there's something about being vulnerable here. I think you're really taking a big leap of faith and a risk by doing something really creative. I think it's something, like I said, you've wanted to do for a long time, but you've been suppressing it, or been told that that's not going to pay the bills, or that's not something you need to do, or you've been judged on it somehow. You've been judged, like your creativity has been judged, your femininity has been judged, whether you're male or female. It's like you weren't allowed to express yourself through creativeness or something. You weren't allowed to go after your dreams of what you really wanted to be, like a musician, a dancer, a painter. It's like you weren't allowed to do that. Like it was frowned upon in your community or in your family or something like that. And I definitely think you're ready to, well, when you don't care anymore. I mean, you care, but you're like, you don't care enough to not do it, to not go for it, because I just feel like I'm hearing now's a better time than ever. So I don't know if you just feel this way or Spirit's telling me this to tell you this, but I definitely think you're tapping into a new side of yourself. It's not a new side. It honestly, you've always been this creative person. You've always been this person to be very like nurturing, and you've always been in touch with your feminine side. I think it's just other people that have been uncomfortable with that around you, particularly family and friends I'm picking up. Or yeah, especially with I am creative. It's just you are a very creative person, and I think you've been stifling it, and you don't want to stifle it anymore. Like you're ready to move forward, and I think Spirit is definitely supporting you in this, and you're ready for a new endeavor. And I think you're co-creating with someone. You want to co-create with someone, or you're co-creating with the universe, but you're creating a life that you love now, because whatever you're doing right now you don't love, and it's not your passion, and you're tired of like living a mundane life, like living a just a 9 to 5 job, or like living that, you know, whatever society says. But it's like you want to create your own path for yourself. You want to do your own thing. You want to create your own treasure island. You're reconnecting, yeah. You're reconnecting with your feminine energy and pursuing something that ignites you and inspires you and motivates you, because this is going to open up the gates of prosperity, one, abundance, opportunities, and also like healthier relationships with people, especially like feminine relationships. If you have difficult time connecting to feminine figures, I think this opportunity is going to really help you connect to yourself, your feminine energy, and connect to another feminine person. This could be someone that you want to be in a relationship with, not gonna lie, or have a business with. But it's like I'm getting this, like you have this spiritual connection with someone, with the High Priestess here. You're very in tune, and I think this person may have influenced you in some way or inspire you in some way to go after your dreams, to live the life that you're passionate about, to create the life that you're passionate about, to make your passions, your full-time job. And with Angel of Strength here, this talks about your personal power and your inner strength. So I think you're going to be in for some good news. I think there's a lot of increasing power going on within you. It's not the time to be passive or submissive. I'm definitely getting that. It's a time to speak your truth. It's a time to take action on what you want on your behalf. I definitely feel like you're more than capable of doing so. I think you have more control than you realize, directing your own destiny and your desires and the powers that come from within to reach out into the universe and beyond. You're definitely like doing a lot of manifesting and doing a lot of great stuff right now. You have a strong inner strength right now and unlimited resources available to you, flowing through you at this time, whether it be ideas, people inspiring you in some way, but you're getting help creating the life that you want, creating the results that you want. And I think, especially with your angelic support, you have a lot of angels around you supporting you and helping you with this. And the more that you can focus on what you want to bring into creation and resolve and what's necessary in order for you to do that, the more that you're going to make this dream a reality, basically. There's a need here with rest and rejuvenation to meditate and to spend time meditating, especially with the High Priestess here. This is all about your intuition, really tapping into your intuition, spending some alone time, focusing on your creative attributes, your creative talents. You're very, like I said, very talented. I think you have a lot of skills and a lot of creative gifts that you don't use, that you are being asked or called to put to good use. I thought we had, I thought we had like 220s here, but we have like 19, 20, and then 9. With Imagine and Treasure Island being in reverse. Treasure Island in reverse, to me, I'm picking up what I want to say. Because, like, upright, it speaks about, like, success, obviously. Confidence in your success. Like, ideas hitting the mark. Like, manifesting. Like I was saying, prosperity being, like, seeds of prosperity being planted. Like, signs of prosperity showing up to you. It's a very auspicious card, nonetheless. It's a very fortunate time for business when it's in the upright. But then when it's in reverse, there's this poverty consciousness that I feel like is something you're adapting to or adopting right now. It's like a sense of not having enough, and it's like casting a shadow over your path right now. And I definitely feel like you have a lot of ideas coming to you. That's why it's so important to rest and rejuvenate. You have a lot of ideas coming towards you, but it's like, I don't know, you're kind of seeing yourself as a victim or something. Well, I mean, that would make sense if you've always been told like you can't do something. So, but it's like there's this disappointment or failed expectations. Like you're afraid of disappointing your friends or family, or you're afraid of failing, that this creative endeavor is going to fail. And that comes with the territory of like, especially if you're starting your own business or starting your own thing, obviously you're going to have some fears that like, am I doing the right thing? Like, is this going to really be prosperous? Is this going to make it? Like, stuff like that. And I feel like you could be a little bit hesitant to start this because you feel like it won't grow or it won't be successful. Or you feel honestly that others will want to cut you down or take from you. There's a lot of fears around like you being successful. I think you're afraid to be successful, but you're also afraid that you won't that you're afraid of being successful, and you're afraid of not being successful. Did I say that right? Yeah. There's like, it's like a weird, not a weird space, but it's coming from a victim thing, like a poverty consciousness. Like it's almost like you're afraid of being too successful, then people will like judge you or want to take from you or want to cut you down. And then you're afraid that, if you don't do this, you're just going to be miserable for the rest of your life and like do things to just please other people and like not follow your dreams. It's like, yeah, there's just like some fear that like you're holding on too tight to like missed opportunities, and spirit is really wanting you to expand. You're definitely being challenged right now to change the way you see the world, so you see yourself, and change your perspective from a place of limitation to a perception of abundance. It's like, basically, it's time for you to take a risk, basically. And you have nothing to lose except for your confinement in a prison of your own making, honestly. Like, because I think the doors are definitely opening you to finding abundance and are waiting for you to claim your abundance, especially with the Empress here. And the Ace of Pentacles, that's abundance multiplied, like multifold. Like this is just like a lot of abundance right now. And I think you're just a little bit hesitant to start it. But I think you have a lot of support. I think there's one person in particular that supports you. That has always supported you, and I think that's someone that you may want to get in contact with, or that you're feeling called to be in contact with, because this person has inspired you to do so. Whether they're aware of it or not, they have. And I think you're just imagining worst case scenario. So spirit is really wanting you to try not to do that. It's like, it's okay that you feel this way, but it's not the truth. It's not the whole situation. You're not seeing things truly as they are. And it's just a lot of fear. And you're kind of anticipating that something bad might happen. And you're recreating that image, like looping in it, of a disaster over and over in your mind. And I feel like the universe, first of all, the universe always responds to our projections. So just be aware of like overly catastrophizing something or looping in something, because you don't want that to materialize. You're in a very powerful manifestation period right now. And basically just don't misuse your imagination with imagine being in reverse. It's time to like clear the inner slate and stay grounded, stay honest, stay real, stay authentic to yourself. And only then will you be able to really create the life you desired, because there's a lot of like illusions right now, or a sense of lack that have entered your life, whether through your own thinking or people kind of interfering in what you're doing right now. So it's okay to keep things on the hush hush. It's okay to keep things to yourself, especially if like that you're easily influenced right now by people who don't really support what you want to do. It's okay to keep it to yourself, but there is one person I feel like that supports you, and that, like I said, that may be someone that you want to talk to about this, and be vulnerable, because again, you also have the message here about needing to be vulnerable and to tell this person, or either just to yourself, how you feel, because it's going to create this stronger bond within your feminine energy, within yourself and with this person. And I think that's something you really need to cultivate and like ground right now, is a stronger connection to your feminine energy inside of you and outside of you. So that is what I see for you guys. So I'm going to leave it here. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this provided you with some guidance and some deeper insights into your situation. If not, feel free to pick another pile if you feel guided to do so. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and I will talk to you all later. Take care.